Sorry about that, guys. Having a little technical difficulties, but hope you guys are getting on. Let me start this back up while we wait for a couple people to join in.
Disappointing it might have been. You've been working toward that dream. What you're holding in your mind. It's possible. Some of you already know. Well, rough times are going to come, but they have not come to stay. They have come to pass.
Greatness is not this wonderful, esoteric, elusive, God-like feature that only the special among us will ever taste. It's something that truly exists in all of us.
It's very important for you to believe that you are the one. Most people, they raise a family, they die. They stop growing, they stop working on themselves, they stop stretching, they stop pushing themselves. But a lot of people like to complain, but they don't want to do anything about their situation. Most people don't work on their dreams. Why? One is because of fear, the fear of failure. What if things don't work out? And the fear of success. What if they do and I can't handle it? These are not risk takers.
You spend so much time with other people. You spend so much time trying to get people to like you. You know other people more than you know yourself. You studied them. You know about them. You want to hang out like them. You want to be just like them. And you know what? You invested so much time in them, you don't know who you are. I challenge you to spend time by yourself.
It's necessary that you get the losers out of your life if you want to live your dream. But people who are running toward their dreams, life has a special kind of meaning.
When you become the right person, what you do is you start separating yourself from other people. You begin to have a certain uniqueness. As long as you're following other people, as long as you're being a copycat, you will never, ever be the best copycat in the world. But you will be the best you could be. I'm telling you to find your value.
That everybody won't see it. That everybody won't join you. That everybody won't have the vision. It's necessary to know that you are an uncommon breed. It's necessary that you align yourself with people and attract people into your business who are hungry, people who are unstoppable and unreasonable, people who are refusing to leave life just as it is and who want more. The people that are living their dream of finding winners to attach themselves to. The people that are living their dreams are the people that know that if it's going to happen, it's up to them.
If you want to be more successful, if you want to have and do stuff you ain't never done before, number two, I'm asking you to invest in you. To invest in you.
Someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. That you don't have to go through life being a victim. Even though you face disappointment, you have to know within yourself, I can do this. Even if no one else sees it for me, I must see it for myself.
This is what I believe. And I'm willing to die. Yeah.
No matter how bad it is, or how bad it gets, I'm going to make it.
I want to represent an idea. I want to represent possibilities.
And some of you right now, you want to be, you know what I'm saying? You want to go to the next level. I want to counsel. You know, I want to be an engineer. I want to be a doctor. Listen to me. You can't get to that level. You can't get to the level economically where you want to be until you start investing in your mind. You're not reading books. I'm challenging y'all to go to conferences. I dare you to invest time. I dare you to be alone. I dare you to spend an hour getting to know yourself. When you become who you are, when you become the person that you were created to be, designed to be who you were designed to be, when you become an individual, what you do is you take yourself and you start separating yourself from other people. I try to get to a place where people don't like you, it don't even bother you no more. Why? Because you're not concerned with trying to make them happy, because you're trying to grow. You're trying to get to the next level. I need you to invest in your mind. Invest in your mind. you still talk about your training, if you still talk about your goal, but you have not done anything, just take the first step.
That you can make your parents proud, you can make your school proud, you can touch millions of people's lives, and the world will never be the same again because you came this way. Don't let nobody steal your dream. After we face a rejection and a no, or we have a meeting and no one shows up, or somebody say, you can count on me, and they don't come through. What if we have that kind of attitude? The God we possess, nobody believes in you. You've lost again and again and again. The lights are cut off, but you're still looking at your dream, reviewing it every day, and say to yourself, it's not over until I win. You can live your dream.
Hey, what's happening, guys? Hey, I hope you guys felt that message. I watched that earlier today. If you guys are new to my webinars, I always like to start it off with something motivational, mainly because, you know, as traders, your mental is going to be a big aspect to this trading atmosphere, this platform that we're on. So you always want to make sure that you're doing some type of mental development as we go throughout this journey of becoming an investor as well as a trader. Let me figure out, I have to give my other computer price. I guess it already has it. All right. All right, so let's get this show on the road.
I don't know if it's just me, but I can barely hear you.
Is it better? No?
No, not really.
All right, let me try to get on my, let me see if I log off of here. All right, hold on, give me 2 seconds. All right, let me see if I can log off this computer. Reading. Can you hear me better now?
Barely. No, it's still the same, really.
All right. Well, let me get over here and just go to my phone, then.
I can hear you, bro.
Yeah, you good, Trav.
Oh, all right. Well, in that case, I'll continue on.
Okay.
All right. Once again, if you guys have any questions at any time, feel free to ask. But if you guys have not seen my strategy before, you know, you can always go to my YouTube channel. You can find my YouTube at officialtravisdavis.com. So the YouTube link will be on there once you get there. So I know I haven't been on in a while with you guys. A lot of things have been going on, a lot of business. So I got to keep this moving. I know my guy caught this buy in gold a while ago, told me he caught 450 pips at Park the other day, so kudos to him. If you have a pair that you want me to look at while we're on here, you can put it in a text, let me know, we'll take a look at it. I'm going to actually try to start from clean charts on you guys. Every time we go to trade, okay, don't forget, you always want to know what's going on in the news. Forex Factory helps me figure out exactly what I'm looking forward to. So, you know, what are we at 8:30? We already had, or no, that was Sunday. What are we on? Tuesday? What's the days? I don't even know my days. Tuesday. All right. Time are we at? 9:30. All right, so our next news, we should be looking at the Euro pairs and the Canadian pairs. So that's what I'm going to go over with you guys today right now. Once again, other pairs that you want me to look at, I have no problem looking at those. But as you can see at 3 in the morning, We're going to have ECB president, somebody speak. I could care less. But he's going to make some money move, hopefully, with this red folder. That's all I care about. I don't know who he is. All of that is irrelevant to me, as well as the Canadian, okay? 10 o'clock tomorrow. As you know, we have a lot of tariffs going on with the Canadian right now, so, you know, things are a little rocky. But, of course, this report is going to come out at 10 a.m. We're going to go over the Canadian. We're going to draw this up. You should be watching these pairs, 3 a.m. and 10 a.m. Let me correct myself, not 3 a.m. 2:40, you need to be up. And at 9:40, you need to be by your computer to see what's happening in these markets, all right? So now that we know that, we're going to go back to our trading view. In the first one, we're going to look at EURJPY, see what's going on. And your luck. All right. See, I actually want to clear the whole screen off so I can show you guys exactly how I trade. Let me see if I can do that. All right. So we got everything off the chart. Remember, start with the day. The day tells me my full view. All right. Like, I can't see what's going on if I don't know what's happening with this day. See if I can get this other. All right. So I'm here on my day chart. Once again, I'm unorthodox with Fibonacci, but I love Fibonacci. It's mathematical equations. So I'm a numbers person. Fibonacci works for me, so that's exactly what I always use. So you're going to see me use absolutely nothing but Fibonacci. And I might throw in some other support and resistance lines in case the Fibonacci didn't pick it up. I always start from the lowest point to the highest point on my day chart. I want to get as much in the screen as I could possibly see. As you can see here, this is my lowest point, okay? And I just, I have my line right here so I can see the lowest point is right here. My highest point is here. So I drew it up. Now I want to look for a swing. I want to look for a swing, okay, that, this is try to show you. So we can use this swing right here. I just really don't like, I like this swing. It's a little deeper. So some people might go to look at this swing right here. But the reason why I don't like this swing is because, as you can see, when it started this swing, it started from up here and it just stopped right here. I look at my overall daily swing. Look how big this swing was. This little baby swing right here isn't enough. But if I can look at this whole picture, okay, I see the big swing. And now all of this is a distraction to me. This is a distraction. So I'll get rid of this little baby swing and I'll say, hey, this is my large swing right here. So my swing is literally going from here to here. And then from there to there. That's where I'm going to draw my next Fibonacci lineup. I don't care about all that little stuff that happened in between. It's little distractions. All right, so got my fib there. All right, so I realize my daily is on purple, okay? I have a couple fibs that crossed over top of each other. I know this is a strong support and resistance area. Once I'm done with my daily, let's go to the 4 hours and see what we got going on there. Once again, get as much in the screen as you can possibly see. This is as much as I can see at current price, right? So I want to make sure that I'm still working in the time frame that current price is in. So once again, I take my Fibonacci. And guys, this is unorthodox. So don't go telling me nobody taught you to do Fibonacci like that. I already know. Tell me something that I don't know. All right. Changing the color so I can make sure I remember that purple is my daily and red is my 4 hour. Once again, I'm looking for the same exact thing. I want a large swing. Now, this is a nice size swing right here. The only problem with this swing right here, okay, remember, I'm not looking at these distractions. This is my swing right here. okay? The only problem with this swing is it almost came down right where the start of my fib was. So I don't want to use this swing. It's only like, well, granted, it was 4 hours. It might be a couple hundred pips away, but it engulfed almost my entire movement. So I don't want that swing. So what do I have to do? I have to look at a bigger picture and avoid distractions. All of this is distractions to me. Why? I don't even trade this stuff. So this is a distraction to me. What do I want to do? I want to look for my larger swing. Here it is, guys. One. Here. I looked through all of the garbage. All of that was garbage that I don't care about. There is my swing. Right there. Guess what? That's where my next Fibonacci is going. All right. So I have everything drawn up completely how I need it. Let me remove these lines right here. Now, the beauty about this, once you draw it once, guys, you don't have to keep drawing it. Now that I have all this up, I want to go down to my hour chart. I want to see what's really going on, okay? Now, remember, what do I say? Always, always back test. You have to back test because we want to make sure that our strategy is working. It's legit. All right. So let's go. We're back here. I'll start from here. Okay. It broke through our fib line. Now, granted, you have to be patient with this stuff. I come here, now, once you learn support and resistance, you can trade this stuff as well. And we treat it just like a fib line. I'll show you that in a minute, okay? But for here, let's say we don't know our support and resistance. We just know this fib. All right, we're waiting. We're waiting. This would have fired me into a trade. It hit me with a wick. I would have fired in for a buy. As you can see, I would have got stopped out. Now, I stress this a lot. When I came up with this strategy, okay, I tried to figure out how I could lose, okay? So this is a losing strategy, but it wins because my wins always, always, always outweigh my losses. And you're going to see that in a minute. All right, so as you see, I lost this one trade. At max, if I don't have a candle next to me to find my stop loss, I'm going to put a 20 pip stop loss. I will never, ever go more than a 20 pip stop loss. If it's more than a 20 pip stop loss, it's not a trade for me. Now, this takes practice, okay? I didn't just, start doing this overnight. I advise you guys, look at the YouTube. Keep trying this strategy in your demo account until you feel comfortable, okay? So we're here. It hit it with a wick. I'm always on the 1 hour time frame. That is where I test my strategy out at. All right, so it came down, hit it with a wick in an hour, would have fired me into a buy. As you can see, it kept going down. I would have got stopped out at 20 pips, okay? Now, as you can see, it crawls through here. Now, when I want my lines, my Fibonacci lines to be activated, okay, I need a candle to close, okay? I don't want it to touch any of my fib lines. So it can't touch this fib line and it can't touch this fib line because it just broke through it. So until it closes without touching one of these fib lines, I cannot be involved in a trade. It takes patience. That's why I played that video for you guys. You're here for a reason, okay? You have a reason. You have a dream that you wanted to make this money. But I promise you, if you be patient, okay, and you let price come to you, you will have a tremendous day. I did over 4 figures in an hour a couple weeks ago, and that's why I haven't been trading since, okay? So we come here. This is my first candle that closed. This red candle right here. It closed below it and above it, all right? Never touched any of these fib lines. Now both of my fib lines are activated. So this fib line is activated and this fib line is activated. And always this advice, as you can see that these two fibs are on top of each other like that. So what did I tell you? When there is a fib on top of one like that, that's a strong support and resistance line, okay? I'm trying to find that other line so I can take it out. All right, whatever. I was trying to find this line so I could remove it. So I always go with the bottom line or the 61.8, whichever one is there. Man. All right, here we go. So once again, broke through closure. All right, now both of my lines are activated. Here is my first wick touch, okay? Now, to find your stop loss, okay, your stop loss will be the candle that previously broke the line. Now, granted, look at this candle right here. This is the candle that broke the line. You know, that's 6 pips. That's just not enough. Like, you're probably going to get stopped out right there. So since I don't have another candle beside it to go off of, I need to put it up at 20 pips. And look, if you would put it up here at 20 pips, it never reached, okay? It came up to 18.5 pips. It never reached your 20 pips. You're in it for a sale. Look how many pips that you just gained. 140 pips is what you got off that trade. Now, guess what? What is the beauty? It came down here. It hits your, this is like your take profit zone. This other fib line, always, always, always do a take profit one of 20 to 25 pips. You're going to get your 20 to 25 pips. But you let it hit your 20 to 25 pips, you close partial, you move your stop loss 2 pips above your entry. So that way, if price does come back, hey, you just won 2 pips, okay? You got to close out at 20 partial, and you got to keep the rest at 2 pips, but you didn't lose. So what I'm telling you to do here is now, I came 20 pips, let the rest ride. I'm here. You know, this is 20 pips right here. Now, the reason why I call it the Dr. Standard strategy is because I'm having a tight stop loss and standards are going on everything, all right? Once it hits 20 pips, I close half of the standard. Multiply 10 times 20, that's $200. I just made 200 right there, but I take 100 of it. I knock my trade down to a 0.5. I collect 100, and then I move it, and I let the rest ride. You know, you're talking about another 120 pips that happen here with $5 on there. So it came down here. It took me out, all right? But what did it do? It hit it with another wick for a buy. Remember, nothing ever touched it. It didn't blow through it. It hit it with a wick. So this is an activated line. This should have got rid of your sell and fired you in for a buy. And look, your buy turned around and gave you another 140 pips. So I sacrificed 20 pips over here, okay? This is, or back up here whenever I lost, right here, all right? I lost 20 pips right here, okay? I just gained 140 and I just gained another 140. That puts me at 280, all right? Minus the 20, I'm at 260 pips and I'm okay with that. So let's keep going. All right, it breaks through our fib line. Our next candle, it still touches our line, so we can't get in that trade, right? We need closure above or below this line without touching it before this line is hot and activated. Now, we have closure. This is our green line right here. It closed over top. What happened? It came down and hit us for a wick, and look how far it rode us all the way up, another 148 pips. Now, I know you guys are probably not realizing, but honestly, you probably could just with this pair, EURJPY, every 150 pips, put a support and resistance line because it keeps showing me at 150 pips, it's bouncing off. And I don't even need to do, you know, this is just logic. I just got 2 times 150 pips that it bounced off. So bam, that's 150 pips. I bet if I put a support and resistance line, it'd come back down for another 150. But let's just say we got that right there. All right, that's our 150. It really kept going up more. You know, you make that decision when to get out. I can't tell people where your triggers are. Like, the only thing that I can tell you is 20 to 25 pips are going to hit as a TP1. It is your decision. You need to know your money map. You need to know how much money you're trying to earn, okay? And that's when you get out. Whatever that price is that you need to hit for the day, get out after you hit that price. Man, this trade really kept going. It's up 244 pips. Oh, it went all the way up to our next fib line. So if you would have got into this buy and rode it out to the next fib line like I always do, 340 pips. 340 pips right now. All right, so look, it fired. It told us to get out of this trade, all right? We close out our trade, collect our profits. I'm just going to say that we're up at 400 pips. I know it's way more than that, but we're up 400 pips. That's with our 20 pip stop loss, all right? Now, as you notice, no candle has ever closed under this fib line, so that means that this fib is not active. Look right here, guys. Do you see that red candle? It closed. It didn't touch it. What happened next? It hit us with a wick, fired us into a buy. Where's my stop loss? It's my candle that previously broke right here. Here's my stop loss, 13 pips. All right, guess what? Where did it go up to? 25 pips. What did I tell you? TP1 is 25 pips. It never hits your stop loss. You just gained another 25 pips. All right, so look, we're at 425 pips. It came down. It took us out because what did I tell you? Move your entry, okay, 2 pips. Move your stop loss 2 pips above your entry. It came back down. We collected an extra 2 pips. We're at 27. It came down under. It never hit it. It never closed under it. It kept hitting it. As you can see, sometimes you do get these wick touches again and it takes off, but that's where it comes patience again. Like, I don't care about that trade. I've already collected over 425 pips. Don't be greedy trying to chase money. All right, we come down. As you can see, it broke through the line. All right, this next candle still touched it. Still touched it. We have closure right here. This is our first closure. Our line is hot. What happens? We have a wick touch. Where's my stop loss? The candle that previously broke it. Well, that candle's too big, so where's my stop loss? 20 pips. Here's my stop loss. It didn't hit my stop loss. It went straight into a sell, and it gave me 150 pips. What did I tell you guys? 150 pips. 150 pips. You could put the support and resistance, 150 pips. This pair is just telling me every 150 pips, I'm sure I could catch a support and resistance. So I'm sure so just imagine if we didn't see price until right here. It hit it, we put in a sell trade. You put your support and resistance to 150 pips. This is a wick touch on your support and resistance for 150 pips back for the buy. You could have collected again. All right, so once again, we were at 427 pips. Just picked up another 155. So that's 500 and, almost 600 pips. We come back through. All right, we have our closure right here, but it went through our line again. So we're deactivated. All right, we have our closure right here. It didn't touch the line. This is our wick touch right here. Where's my stop loss? The candle previously next to it. I'm okay with 7 pips. I'll do a 7 pip. Make sure you put an extra 2 pips to 3 pips for your spread, okay? So 20 is the max. I don't care about the spread on 20 pips. If it goes 20, we're out, all right? But if you're right here, okay, and you're at, 7 pips, take it down to 9 or 10 because you need to cover that spread. So if we looked at this, I would have took this down. It was at 6.5. I would have definitely took it down to a 10. And the reason why I would have took it down to 10 right here is, as you can see, 10 pips, if I can make it right on 10, whatever. 10 pips is right at the closure of all of these candles right here. So that's why I'm going to make it a 10 pip stop loss. All right. But as you can see, it came through. It stopped me out 10 pips, whatever. I lost $100. Cool. All right. It does it again. I have closure. All right. I'm waiting. The candle went through. I can't fire into that trade. Okay. Once again, now these are tight. Some people would have got into this trade right here. Some wouldn't have, depending on the day and how I'm feeling. I would have got into it, but 9 times out of 10, I wouldn't have, okay, because it didn't touch the line completely. So I wait, all right? I've lost 10 pips. I'm down to like 440, okay? I come here, it hit it with a wick, fires me into a buy. Where is my stop loss? Can somebody tell me where my stop loss is? Anybody on the line?
Previous candle.
All right, so this is my previous candle right here. If I just go down, my stop loss is at 17 pips. This fired me into a buy right here. Did we ever get to 17 pips? No, we didn't. We got to 10.11 pips. That's where we got to. It fired me into a buy. It went all the way up to 68 pips. And what I always tell you, you can get 20 to 25 pips almost guaranteed. So that one trade just washed away my 2 losses that I picked up right there. Once again, it is a losing strategy, okay? But as you can see, the wins outweigh the losses by far. All right, now I'm going to show you guys a trick. So this just lets me know that this is working, all right? Like this strategy works. Now, what do you do when, you don't have it's past your fib line? Some people still like to trade. Let's say you have a pair or two, which I advise everybody. Find a pair or two and stick to those two, okay? Support and resistance. You guys can do this without Fibonacci. Like I can erase every bit of Fibonacci right here and literally show you guys, all right? I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did with Fibonacci. I'm going to go right up to my day. All right. So I'm at my day chart. I want to get as much in the screen as I could possibly see where current price is. All right. Got current price there. Now, I come here and I hit, that's not what I want, my horizontal line. Now, you want to look, when you do support and resistance, okay, you want the most wick touches. Some people do it with the body. I like to do it with the wick. I want to look for where I could get the most wick touches in my screen. So this is why I stress to people, I think, Oscar, you might have asked me this earlier about the support and resistance. You might see support and resistance at a different level than me, and that's okay, right? That's your support and resistance. That's okay as long as you're sticking to it. But, I like to look for the most touches, and I can see right here. Here is a support and resistance area. Why? I have touches right here. I have a touch here, here, here. Look at all of these touches that happen right here and there and there. And another one here. I'll probably move it down just a smidget. Let me make this a color that you can see. All right. That's one of my support and resistance lines. Now, what did that tell me? That told me that it's a support and resistance on a daily. So I need to make sure I remember my daily. Okay. But I want to know where price is, I want to make some trades where price currently is at, somewhere around that level. So I just come down here and look. I just found my new support and resistance. Why? Look at all these touches. This touched it as a ceiling right here. Ceiling, ceiling. It crossed over. Floor, 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 floor. It crossed under. Ceiling, ceiling. Another ceiling. Floor, 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 floor. Ceiling, ceiling, floor. That's a strong support and resistance line to me. Okay, I'm done. I have right there on the daily an area that I can play. Like that's a zone that I can play in. I also see another one. And remember, we're on a daily, so these lines might look like they're close together when I put them up here, but when we get down into our lower time frames, these are like 60 pips apart. All right, there's my other one. I got one more that I see. Already put it there for me. Perfect. All right, so I have all of my dailies, I can come to the 4 hour, do the same exact thing. But I can just stick to my dailies. You want some more right now trades? You can go right here. Price is in my window. I'm on the 4 hour. I'm going to do the exact same thing. Like, I'm not going to change anything up. And guys, if you haven't noticed, I don't have no RSI. I don't have none of that stuff on this screen. It's all irrelevant to me. It's all a distraction, and I could care less about it. All right, so this is enough fib right here that, you know, we can play these fibs. I mean, not fibs, support. Like, look at the pips in between these numbers. It's 226 pips right there. Like, this is great to play with. So I come down to my hour, exact same thing. I'm not changing anything with my strategy. All right, now look, let's back test it. I just drew this up with you guys on the line, so you know, not making it up. Let's back test this, see how this bad boy been operating. Now, I could have went down to the minute and adjusted this fine, but, you know, I'm drawing this up so much I can see it. All right, so as we're here, let's start here. What do we have? Like, this is a wick touch for a sell. We would have got into the sell. This would have put, so this happens every now and then, right? So we get this wick touch for a sell. It comes. Now, what did I tell you guys? 20 to 25 pips is like gold. All right? It came down. Look, you collected your 20 to 25 pips. Let's say you just closed out your whole trade at 25 pips. All right, cool. What did it do? It gave you another sell to get in. It gave you 3 sales to get in, okay, within a day. 3 different sales it gave you to get in. If you would have got in all of those sales and then you let it ride for this huge drop that happened right here, like, I didn't make the support and resistance up. Look, it tested, it couldn't hold, it couldn't hold, it couldn't hold, and it finally said enough. Now, when it said enough, it dropped down here, and then it said, hey, we can't go no more. What did I just drew this up. This goes right back in for a buy. So literally, I collected, you know, I would have had 3 trades operating. So you're talking about 3 trades that would have all 3 collected 243 pips. That's huge right there. All right, but what did it do? It came down here and it told me to get into a buy. Get out of my sell and get into a buy. What did I say? 20 to 25 pips. It gave it to you. It went all the way up. What is this? It went up to 74 pips. All right, now check this out. I didn't even show this. Let's draw this here. We're on the hour, right? 74 pips. Let's add this extra one, only because I keep seeing it bounce. All right, so I know 74 pips is my max right here that I want to stop playing around with this line at. All right, I'm here. Boom. Let's test it out. All right, we're here. It came down. This would have fired me in for a buy. As you can see, would have hit my stop loss. I would have lost. Okay, lost out on that trade. I have a feeling that this right here is around 74 pips too. Let's take a look. 100. All right, a little more than what I expected. Now, unless this one is. All right, anyways, we come here, came through. This would have fired me in for a sell right here. All right, my stop loss for my sell would have been the candle previous that broke it. I don't have one, so it would have been 20 pips, okay? As you can see how far did it go up? All right, it hit us. All right, we would have lost again. Got out of that, bam. Closed here. All right, so you see right here in this choppiness, we just lost 80 pips. 80 pips is what we've lost so far, just doing this. But we've already gained 2, well, if we had all 3, like this 80 pips don't matter. But it is a losing strategy. I got to keep stressing that to you guys, okay? Because I got people that do this strategy and they be like, oh, I lost because you didn't keep doing it, okay? So we come here. I have closure. Fires me into a sale again. Okay, how far did it come down? It gave me 29 pips. TP1 was hit. Okay, I would have been out. It gave me a sell again. That gave me 12 pips. I would have been out. All right. Well, it would have hit my stop loss, and I would have lost out on that trade. All right, so here we go. We have closure. It comes here, hits me with a wick. My previous candle, I have no previous candle. Where is it? 20 pips. That's my stop loss. It comes down for a sell. It takes me out, 76 pips. This also fires me back into a buy. Where does it go? 49 pips. All right, comes back down, closes out. This fires me in to a sell. Where does it go? 31 pips. I just made up every pip that I just lost throughout that. Like every pip that we just lost, we just made up. What does it do? It hits it with another wick. All right. This would have stopped us out 32 pips. It would have been crazy because it went right back down. It's how it goes sometimes. All right. Go down, blah, blah, blah. Which would have fired us into a buy, would have lost. Fired us into a sell, we would have won. 46 pips. All right. Close out. We wouldn't have made this trade, but man, I would have caught it looking at it. I bet this is around like, what is this, an EUR pair? All right, I bet this is a 3 o'clock time or 8 o'clock. Let's see. 22. What time is 22? I don't even know what time 22 is. 24, 10. Is that 10? 12? 24 hours? Oh.
10 o'clock.
It's 10. All right, yeah, 10. So, as you can see, this movement, you just would have been sitting right here watching this. You would have seen it go up. Fire into that trade. It's going right back up to your line. All right, goes through, closes, hits us, fires for a buy. We got our buy, 97 pips. Came down, we wouldn't have got into that, but as you can see, came right back. Same area again, another 100 pips. Came through, back down, hit it with a wick, and it took off. Oh, that's another thing, guys. If it ever hits your fib line or your support and resistance line, if it comes and hits it 3 times, on that third one, you got to go as heavy as you've ever gone before. Because every time it hits it 3 times, it takes off after that. So this is my third hit, and she took off to my next support and resistance line. All right? So literally, you're talking about 170 pips. Came through, okay. We have our wick touch right here. Would have fired me into a buy. All right, my candle next to it isn't big enough, so I'm going to make it 20 pips. As you can see, 20 pips, it didn't hit. Went up to your buy, 48 pips, and this is where we're at today. And you guys could actually trade these hot lines as they come out. We got news that's going to be happening. But hey, this bad boy touches this line, it's in for a sale. Simple as that. All right, so that's an EU pair. The last thing I'm going to look at is Bitcoin. Don't forget, Canadian is coming out at 10. Canadian been doing some crazy things. Let's see what this Bitcoin is doing. What is she doing other than taking everybody's money? Easy thing. I'm going to do my fib with this one. I want to find my lowest point. Here's my lowest. Take it to the highest. Here's my swing. Take it right back to the highest. Go to my 4 hour. Do it all over again. All right, so with the Bitcoin, we only need our daily. As you know, it doesn't have enough data for all the swings. So now, what I like to do with this one is once I've drawn my daily, I like to go to my hour and do what I just told you guys to do. Support and resistance. Bam. 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 Oops. All right, boom. I can play all of these lines the same exact way. I'm on my hour. Let's check it out. Let's see how it's been operating. See what this Bitcoin won't get what? All right, let's just go from here. All right. Now, you know, Bitcoin moves quite fast, so you got to be ready for these things. All right. Another thing with Bitcoin, all the time you can't catch the rule, but if you stick to the same exact rules, you're going to catch strays. Okay. So when in doubt, just stick to the rules. Don't change anything. All right. So as you can see, a lot of times these big candles, they blow through. But if you just pay attention to Bitcoin, okay, look, 12 o'clock. Check it out. Oh man, I gotta move this. Hold on. 18, 17. All right, let's look at the next, another big movement. You know, they're all gonna come between the 10 to 18 range. Is like 10 o'clock to 18 is when these things like shoot for some reason. I don't know. It'll give you a lot of chop and then it'll shoot. Every time, as you guys can see, chop, 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 shoot. Chop, 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 shoot. All right. So at least with Bitcoin, you can kind of get an idea of the way that it would like to shoot. Okay. So let's test. We'll start from here. Okay. It broke through our line. We're looking for closure. We got closure here. All right. We have closure here. It hit me in for a sell. As you can see, would have hit our stop loss. All right. Would have got out. Eventually came down, but that's the way Bitcoin works, okay? Now, look, it hits it with the line. We have our closure here. It hits it with with a sell, and it goes down. It goes down. It hits us right here, tells us to get out. I don't even know how to read this ruler with Bitcoin. I don't know what this is. I think that's like 152 pips, if I'm correct. All right, so that's 152 pips that you would have gained right there. All right. It hit it, put us in for a buy. Would have came up, 71 pips. Hit it again for a buy, came up, 98 pips. Went through our line, okay? Now we're through our line, it's deactivated. We have closure, hit it for the sell. As you can see, it hit it 3 times for the sell and drop. 250 pips. All right, drop, close. I have closure right here. It hit it. Now, also with crypto, don't use my 20. You cannot use a 20 pip stop loss for crypto. You got to watch it by the eye. You use a 20 pip stop loss, it's going to stop you out every time. All right, because of these long wicks. Crypto likes to do long wicks. All right, so literally, I'm here. I would have stayed in this trade. Don't forget, you can always look at that previous candle. This candle right here in red, that's too tight. So you could have chose this green candle, and as you can see, price didn't quite get right there. Remember, always add 2 pips to your stop loss for the spread. So remember, crypto, whatever this is, like if this is more than 20, that's your stop loss. Add 2 onto it for the spread. But I really go with the previous candle when I'm dealing with cryptocurrency, not the 20 pips, okay? So it hit here for the sell. As you can see, we got into the sell, 100 or 113 pips you would have gained. Came back through for the buy. We wouldn't have got into this. We would have been waiting. Still would have been waiting. All right, here's my wick touch for the buy, 118 pips. Another wick touch for the buy, 70 pips. All right, crosses over. We wouldn't have got into this one. Here's this little red one for our buy right here. I hope you guys can see that little red thing. For the buy, it would have took us all the way up here, 360 plus pips. All right. Now, where's Bitcoin currently at? As you can see, we're here at the 63, 66 range. All right. I definitely would be watching Bitcoin to come right back here, touch on this line to fire back up to 65.32. Or you can put that trigger in your phone at 63.14.60. And our stop loss would be right below this candle, 62.56. All right. And then you just let that thing go all the way up here to 65.32, and you will collect coins. I hope that explained the strategy, guys. I'm going to start doing this for you guys at least twice a week to go over this. Hopefully later on, I know this is the beginning, so I really didn't get into setting trades for you. I wanted to really show you the strategy. The people who were on here, granted, you got to deal with the start of it because I'm not going to go over this anymore as far as how to do the strategy. Every time that you get on, I would love for you guys to already have things drawn out and we're just looking at things together. But if not, I will have trades because I am back actively trading. I got to get this money again. So until I hit big again, I'll be back trading. If I do hit big again, y'all will not see me again for a couple weeks. But I enjoy you guys. Does anybody have any questions before we get off?
I got one real quick. When you was identifying the swings, where I wasn't following you on when you was saying when you were following the swings.
Let me get off of Bitcoin.
And the other pair.
Yeah, I'm gonna get off Bitcoin so I can show you better. All right, so remember, you always look to the day. We're here on the day. You get the most that you can see in your chart. All right. Now, I want my swing, my lowest to my highest. My swing low to the swing high. Everything in between this chart, all right? So, like, this is my high point. This is my low point. I don't care about none of this other stuff that happened in between here. As I'm looking at my daily, okay? On my daily, I'm looking for the lowest to the highest. I got the lowest to the highest now, right? I'm okay with that. So let me erase everything again. All right, so I have my lowest to my highest. Now, I don't care which way you draw it up, backwards, whatever, it don't matter. All right, now when I'm looking for my next swing, remember, this is a swing. This is a low point to a high point or a high point to a low point. That is a swing. I'm not looking at the in-between stuff. Now I want to look for my next swing, okay? So I just got this large swing. This is my large swing, okay? So just imagine we can't see all the other stuff in between. We just see this dotted line. That's my large swing. Now I want to know, where can I draw my next swing at? Now, yes, swings are when price goes up and it comes back down. But when I look here, okay, because some people will draw this as a swing. All right, they will say this is their swing. And guys, I'm not saying that it's wrong. Draw it up, always back test it like I say. No, that will be their swing. That just is not a deep enough swing to me, because if you look at this whole swing right here, all right, and this is how you can really tell. So let's say this swing is 5,454 pips, right? But I just came down 3,300. That's not nowhere near half of that swing. But when I'm here at 17 and stuff, that's definitely half of that swing. I like that. I'm not looking at these distractions right here. Like, I can't stress enough that all of the rest of that stuff is distractions. This is my swing. It took over about half of my original swing. Now, if it would have came down to here, okay, I wouldn't have picked this swing because it's too close to my original swing. But this is just about at half, maybe a little less, okay? So I like that swing. It's a perfect swing to draw up again. Now, granted, you won't always get two swings. Like, it's okay to have just one. Have one on a daily, then go to your 4 hours and see if you can find another one. You might find two on the 4 hour. Once you get the daily and your 4 hour done, go to the hour and start trading.
Gotcha.
But good question. Great question.
Thanks.
Any other questions? And don't forget, if you guys are practicing this strategy, you can always draw it up. Come right here, take a snapshot of it. I'm going to give you this and just send it to me in a message, a DM, something. I can go look at it and, tell you what I see. All right, but if there's no other questions, I will have this recording up in probably about an hour, so you can go back and watch it again. It'll be on my YouTube. You can go to officialtravisdavis.com. You will be able to get my YouTube link on there to pick up all of these videos. I'll probably be back on again tomorrow at 9 o'clock. I will let you guys know that exactly if I will be on in the morning. So pay attention to that. I hope you guys pick up the strategy. Watch out, 3 o'clock. We got news coming out. All European pairs you need to be watching. 10 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, we have our Canadian pairs, okay? So you need to be watching Canadian at 9:40, all right? And European pairs at 2:40. Do not wake up at 3 o'clock trying to get into these trades because you're going to miss them. Don't get there at 10 o'clock trying to get in these trades. You're going to miss them, all right? So be up 20 minutes early. I don't care how tired you are, okay? Because when you make this money, you won't be tired no more. I promise you that. All right? No other questions. I'll holler at you guys tomorrow. Good luck trading tonight. Have a blessed night.